Clash.
I was halfway through producing this episode when a friend sent me a text message that read, "Rest in peace, Ozzy." Not only that, since his final show in Aston a few weeks back, I'd been digging through his entire catalog, making myself a master playlist of his great tunes. And I was about halfway through his autobiography, I Am Ozzy, on Audible. After all these years saying, "Wow, can you believe Ozzy is still alive?" the timing of his death coinciding with this renewed interest in his work struck in a way I might not have anticipated. It made completing the episode bittersweet, but also feel somehow, in my own little way, important. I feel honored to be able to contribute one speck of energy to the legacy of an icon, a man whose work has entertained me literally for my entire life. And it also formed a bridge between me and my dad, with Sabbath being the first band we really connected on. As long as I live, I'll never forget the sound of my old man loudly mimicking the opening of The Wizard, a searing wail that I'll hear whenever the song plays, and Ozzy's harmonica part comes screaming through. Somewhere in infinity, these memories, that music, and this man will echo for eternity. Thanks, Ozzy. Arise, all ye bat-chomping ghouls, and bear witness to Iconoclash, where we wade through a mosh pit of drama in search of slabs of celebrity beef so heavy they threaten the very axial stability of the earth. I'm Johnny Stinkin' Eldritch, and I'll play Hell's tour guide as we shred through the drama surrounding the fire and ire between Ozzy Osbourne and Bruce Dickinson. This ain't no low-down dust-up. It's a hell-raising clash of metallic titans. So don your studded leather sack satchels, raise those horns, and let's dive into this beef gravy. The stage is set. It's the early 2000s, and heavy metal's a reignited battlefield. Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, is the godfather of the genre, frontman of Black Sabbath, and reality TV's favorite mumbling madman, thanks to the Osbournes. He's pushing 60, still biting the heads off things, now mostly plastic, and holding court as king of Ozzfest, the traveling metal circus orchestrated largely by his wife Sharon. Enter Bruce Dickinson, the operatic air raid siren of Iron Maiden, a band that's been galloping through the metal scene since the 80s, with more epic moments than a Tolkien novel. Bruce is a Renaissance man, a pilot, fencer, author, and vocalist who can shatter glass with a single wail. These two Brits should be allies, right?
It's great.
Ozzy Osbourne,
Just like that.
Shot in the Dark, next video coming up.
Oh yeah, Shot in the Dark.
Shot in the
Ozzy.
Dark.
We might be doing some stuff with Ozzy, actually.
Yeah, in fact, in the near future. In America.
Well, ego is a many-splendored thing. The fuse gets lit in 2005 at Ozzfest in Devore, California on August 20th, an event that would go down to be known as Eggfest. Iron Maiden's on the bill, co-headlining with Black Sabbath, a dream lineup for metalheads. But backstage, it's some Buckingham Palace rock royalty bullshit. Tensions are high, Maiden's fresh off a killer European tour, and Bruce is known for his sharp tongue, often taking jabs at other bands for the commercialization of metal. According to reports from the time, Bruce had been mouthing off about Ozzfest's corporate vibe, calling it a glorified county fair, and mocking Ozzy's reality TV shtick, proclaiming, "Some of us don't need a reality show to stay relevant." He also took aim at Ozzy's reliance on teleprompters, proclaiming, "We don't need a bloody teleprompter to rock." Ozzy's camp, led by the iron-fisted Sharon, didn't take kindly to the shade.
We offered them the show. They were getting paid $185,000 a night. Everything they wanted, they got. And Bruce Dickinson each night would slag Ozzy.
Fans variously refer to Bruce as arrogant,
Well, it's gotten corporate and boring and generally dull.
where Sharon is overprotective of Ozzy's legacy.
Thank God you protect him.
So
what does he need that crap
He
for?
doesn't need it.
But regardless of who started it, it's Sharon who dumped gas on the hot coals. First, as Maiden was preparing to take the stage, an Ozzy chant came across the PA system. Then, as Bruce belts out their classic, The Trooper, the crowd, encouraged by Ozzy's crew, starts pelting the band with eggs, bottle caps, ice, and whatever else they could chuck.
They fucking pelted the shit out of them.
Bruce wasn't so pleased. At the conclusion of the song, he announced they'd be playing a shortened set.
I've got an abbreviated set tonight. We've got a 55-minute set instead of a 1-hour show for you.
Sharon admitted in a 2024 Billboard interview that she had armed nurses that had been treating her for cancer with open cans of bean soup and eggs, instructing them to pelt the singer.
Just a few wise asses decided that they would go down the supermarket, buy a few fucking eggs and start throwing at us down the front. I guess they thought it'd be funny. Well, my friends, this is an English fucking flag and these colours do not fucking roll! at this band, which incidentally, Nico is cleaning off his drum kit at the moment so that we can continue the concert. If you see somebody throwing some shit at this band and they raise their arm, make sure that when it goes down, it's in 2 fucking pieces for me, yeah?
Orchestrating from the sidelines, she flickered the stage lights like a haunted house and caught Iron Maiden's sound during multiple classic songs to a chorus of boos from disappointed fans. To this day, she stands by her actions, stating, "You want to talk? You think you're clever? Well, watch this. You're going to get covered in tomato soup in LA." Some reports state that after Iron Maiden wrapped their set, Sharon took the stage and addressed the crowd herself, calling Bruce a prick and boasting that Ozzy's bigger than you'll ever be. Obviously, this divided the crowd, and many metalheads made for the exit in disgust before Ozzy hit the stage.
Because you're not even supposed to be here.
Bruce claimed in a Metal Hammer interview after the event that Sharon orchestrated the sabotage because she couldn't handle Maiden outshining Ozzy. It was petty and unprofessional, he said, adding that Ozzfest was more about egos than music. Ozzy, in a rare lucid moment for that era, told Billboard he was gutted by the incident and claimed he had no part in it. Okay, so by now you're surely saying, "Hey, Johnny, what's with the clickbaity bullshit? You called the episode Bruce vs. Ozzy, but this is clearly Bruce vs. Sharon." That's fair, but in my defense, and I wasn't about to let her haunt me on the thumbnails too. They're married, and they're filing this beef jointly. And though diplomatic at the time, it seems Ozzy's view of Bruce has declined from that point forward. Osbourne said of Dickinson years later, "Unbeknown to me, man." Alright, I'll spare you my Ozzy impression. Every night he was out there going on stage slagging me off, and that wasn't fair. If he didn't like the fucking tour, he should have said, "I'm jumping off the fucking tour." But to go on stage and fucking slag me for no reason, I'd never said a fucking bad thing to him. They were getting a few fucking quid out of that Ozzfest. If you got something to talk to me about, be a man, come to my face, and say, "I think you're a fucking asshole." Don't be a fucking idiot. It's so pathetically childish. If you don't like me, just say, "I don't like you. I'm doing this festival, but I think you're a cunt." That's alright. But to go on my stage and start slagging me off, that ain't fair. They weren't fucking slagging me off when they got paid every fucking night. Sharon was never diplomatic, stating, "Bruce Dickinson is a fucking prick." Well, no, he's not a prick because a prick is nice. He's a fucking asshole. And she doubled down. The thing about Bruce is, he's unknown to the public. Bruce Dickinson could walk into anywhere and nobody would know who the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? He's a faceless singer to the general public. People aren't scrambling to get him for an interview. And the thing is, he's not interesting. Ozzy is original, and Bruce isn't. And that's what eats Bruce away.
There's this prick trying to sing "I Take Your Daughter to the Slaughter" with a fucking eggshell in his mouth.
Alright, maybe I've been a little too hard on Sharon. She's pure feud fodder and makes my job here very easy. Bruce has eased up somewhat, saying he respects Ozzy's contributions but stands by his Ozzfest gripes, calling the feud a storm in a teacup and saying Ozzy and Sabbath are icons, so that's that. End of story. But stopping short of offering an olive branch. The fact that I don't like reality TV shows, well, I'm not going to offer an olive branch to the Kardashians either.
We paid like 30 quid to see a rock and roll show, not to see you showing off, you twit.
Ozzy, now slowed by health issues like Parkinson's, hasn't commented too much since. But Sharon's never apologized. In her 2023 memoir, Sharon Osbourne, Unbreakable, defends the 2005 stunt as protecting my husband's honor.
Because all I ever think about when people write books is I want to hear about the groupies and the sex orgies and the drug parties and whatever, you know.
So, who do we call the villain in this metal melee? It's clear that Bruce poked the Dragon Lady with his big mouth, but Sharon, overstepped in turning a live show that fans paid for into a debacle. The final word from either side goes to the Prince of Darkness. To this day, I don't understand what the fucking beef was. I just don't get it. To go on the Ozzfest and slag people off, that's crazy. I really think he needs a fucking psychiatrist if he does that. It's fucking nuts. It's an irresponsible fucking thing to do. Sharon must have got pissed off with this cunt, you know. The losers are the fans, who generally love both bands and don't want to see Bruce slagging Ozzy any more than they want to see Sharon Osbourne's mug emerging from behind the curtain. For better or worse, unlike most genres, metal has gods, and gods have big feckin' egos. Drop your takes in the comments, Feud Fiends. Do you agree with my assessment of this showbiz showdown? Or is Bruce a hero for calling out a reality TV sellout? Maybe Sharon's the ultimate ride or die. In any event, that's all I've got for today. Hop on this crazy train next time when we dissect another star-studded spat that'll make you glad you're not famous. Have a good day, or go headbang until your dome piece flies off into the neighbor's pool. That's your choice.
Come back and fight.
Like us. Subscribe to us. Submit to us. Until next time, Feud Fiends. This has been Iconoclash.